Greetings, my laser peeps. So today I'm going to show you a quick and easy lesson on what LPI is. Now, let's say you have your laser engraver, and I'm going to show a view of what I got here. My Mira 9 laser from Eon Laser USA, beautiful machine. And I'm going to engrave here on this piece of wood. I'm going to engrave the following in this square of space. So I'm actually going to make that a bit smaller just so it doesn't take up as much, but you know what, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to engrave the following right here. This is LPI. This is what you need to know to make engravings stand out or be done faster, what have you. What is LPI? When you double click your settings, you got speed, you got power, but then there's lines per inch. That's what LPI means. And you want to look at this space here to the left. That's the left and right motion that it is doing to engrave your engravings. And it's how many times it passes from one side to the other within the space of an inch. So it'll pass 25 times, evenly spaced, within 1 inch. So this right now is set to a very low 250, goes all the way up to 300. This is just to give an example of what they look like. Let's see what they look like in presentation mode or preview mode. As you can see, LPI 25 is very choppy. But once you get up to 150, then you start getting pretty rounded out results. The curves and the lines start looking realistic. And as you keep going up from there, you see them clustered tighter and tighter together. So, nothing for it. Let's go ahead and send this to the laser and see what this does. I'm going to be sending this over. That was a terrible noise. Please hold. Sometimes, don't know why, but sometimes the laser does not like it if you send it over the first time. But don't worry, it is absolutely fine. Don't have to worry about it. So I got my fan turned on, and let's go ahead and start this job. So as you can see, it is engraving each item one at a time. And this is real time. That the laser is currently going right now. The reason why you're seeing it come out darker and darker is because the lines are getting tighter and closer together. So all of these are the same speed, the same power. The only difference is how tightly clustered together those lines are. So this right here is an excellent example of what resolution looks like in laser engraving. Resolution uses vector graphics, it's not pixels or anything, but it's how close those lines come together. So you see the closer they are together, the more defined they are, the darker the engraving turns out. So this is something that will really help your engravings just look better. So I'm trying to fill time just so this turns out, but this is already boom, done. So this whole project only took a minute and a half to do, but the difference between this LPI 25, turn off the fan here. So this LPI 25 takes 2 seconds versus the 300 one taking 25 seconds. Now you might think, oh, that's so long. I don't want to waste that time. Honestly, that's only the addition of a handful of seconds. It makes a difference letting it take its time and doing it right. So let's show you what that end result actually looks like. So 400 speed and what was that, 25% power. That is not a whole lot of power for this 100 watt laser. But you know what? This lower result here came out as a really smooth engraving. But you see, the higher it gets, I mean, you can barely even see that. It's so faded and almost looks like old school DOS, kind of graphics. But as you get higher, you see that the engraving is a lot more visible and a lot more pronounced. And even up to 200, maybe even 150, you might call that good enough. But keep in mind that LPI, it's not your power setting, it's not the speed setting. It will affect how long, an engraving actually takes, but it is also your resolution. And it is also really important when you're doing image engraving. LPI is going to be your best friend. So, good rule of thumb, honestly, looking over something like this, for basic engravings, I'd probably stay around 200. If you're doing image mode stuff, jump it up to 300 or so. I think that's a good safe area to keep this. So, hope that helps explain LPI to you. Again, when you're going through your Lightburn settings and you double click this, make sure to affect this number here. You can also change your interval here. If it was just a 1, I hit enter, then it updates it to that number. If I lower it, it'll automatically affect the LPI below. But anything 50 to 100 is going to be garbage engraving, so I just wouldn't do that. Anyways, hope this has been helpful. Enjoy your laser engraving. Please let me know what kind of things you would like to learn about and what kind of questions you would like answers to. Bye.